What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another sick and lit edition of Wrestle Shade. We're back in the building. Thank you for joining me for another installment. Today, we're going to be getting into some WWE shade, WWE news, and rumor mill. We're going to be talking about Kevin Nash dragging LA Knight. We're going to be talking about Logan Paul and the plummet of Prime. We're going to be getting into some ESPY award looks, WWE superstars in attendance, and we're also posing the question, why don't all of the WWE superstars have to go to NXT, then graduate to the main roster? There seems to be some superstars who get to bypass NXT and go directly to the main roster. So, get buckled up. Get seated, get relaxed, get your snacks, get your drinks, and join me as we unpack all of the WWE shade, news, and rumors.
I'm the one you pay for, the one you came to see. The best of the best wrestling machine. You can travel around the world and you will never see another mother sucker that can miss me.
There is absolutely no way! You gotta be kidding me!
Don't step in the ring, cause it ain't safe. If you think you're gonna stop me, too late. Cause I'm a wrestling machine. I'm the wrestling machine.
For purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research, is not an infringement of copyright.
So, you guys, in our first rumor mill hot topic, it seems as though Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Diesel, thinks that LA Knight is a ripoff of The Rock, a copycat, a mimic, okay? He also says that LA Knight could not have gotten over anywhere else, and he says he is shocked that others haven't called this out yet. Damn! Well, looks like we have some legendary WWE shade here. I'm gagging that LA Knight, from what I see, has really not responded yet, but if I could just, put my 2 cents in here, I think that LA Knight is a phenomenal wrestler and superstar. I remember seeing him in NWA, also Impact Wrestling, and I just knew when he was going to come over to WWE, he was going to rock it off. It's absolutely no shade. I love what he did with Bray Wyatt. I really wasn't a fan of Max Dupree, but look at, where that's gotten him now, like putting that time in. He got it. He really, really got it. To me, he's electrifying. He's believable. He's entertaining. He got the style. He got the swag. He got the look. And he's over, and the fans absolutely are here for it. Not only that, he's very witty when it comes to his segments and him thinking off the dome. This is how I perceive it. But if we're being real here, this is Wrestle Shade. If we're being real here, we have to admit that, some of what he does is very, very reminiscent of past WWE superstars, and particularly The Rock. Me personally, when I first saw him, I was like, okay, this guy is a mix of The Rock and Stone Cold. He definitely has the people's eyebrow. He definitely does that. His gear is very, very similar to Stone Cold's. When I say that, I mean the vest and the shorts. He does have that type of gear. His mannerisms also, he even walks out to the ring like Stone Cold. Give this man a bald head and give him a little bit of plastic surgery, bitch. That's just me, but as far as what Kevin Nash said, it's just was he being shady? Was he being a old legendary fart? Or was he being brutally honest, with him being a past wrestler, a past WWE superstar, and things of that nature? We're going to go ahead and get into what he said, and then we're going to get into what he said after he had some fans respond to him and hit him up on Twitter. I'm really not too for sure if LA Knight has responded himself. If he has, definitely leave that information in the comment section below so that I can go and check that out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into these clips.
Pull up that LA fucking guy. LA, whatever the fuck his name is.
We're scrolling down through the roster right now. Those of you listening, we're looking for tomorrow's Hulk Hogan or tomorrow's Roman Reigns.
Okay, LA Knight. There he is. Go back.
Yeah, LA Knight.
Okay, LA Knight. Pull that motherfucker up. Am I the only one that sees like an absolute ripoff of The Rock? To the point where he cut the promo on fucking Logan Paul or whatever the fuck his name is. He said, stick it out. The only thing he didn't do was turn the motherfucker sideways. Jesus Christ. Are you got like, what is everybody have amnesia? Finally, LA Knight has come back as a white guy. There's nothing original. Oh man, his fucking promos. And I don't know this fucking guy, LA Knight. I don't know him. But I'll tell you one thing, man.
I see the eyebrow, I'll tell you that. Kevin, you were in the news a lot this week. Yet again.
But not... you
didn't run into a burning building and save anybody.
No, but it's always because they don't understand. They don't know me. They don't understand me when I say something. There's no background. It's just they take what you say, and 9 times out of 10, they don't watch the show. They didn't hear me say it on the show. So it's hearsay of what I said, and then they're saying, well, he buried, the LA Knight guy. Okay, now, number one, since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and just address this. Number one, I have never in my life seen that character on television. Okay? So the first time I see him is I watch it. It's the go home for Money in the Bank, and he walks out and he cuts that promo. And I was just like, okay, this is a rib, right? And then it's not. It's just what the character is. And I'm like, is that? So I get hot and I come on TV and I say, you got to be kidding me, right? But then they say, well, you buried the guy. I didn't say he couldn't work. I've never seen him in the ring. I didn't say he couldn't throw a punch. I just said it wasn't very original. And then I get back, like I look at my Twitter feed just to see, and it was just also negative. So all I do is, it's just this simple. You're on my Twitter feed and you're giving me shit. I just block you. I'm not going to respond to you.
So, in conclusion, you guys, for this topic, I would definitely say that there are a lot of past wrestlers and legendary wrestlers who have influenced wrestlers of today. Okay, definitely Dusty Rhodes, definitely Owen Hart, okay, definitely Gorgeous George and things like that. And so you have wrestlers who carry I won't necessarily say the essence, but they carry the energy of other wrestlers into a different generation. And so I would say that LA Knight is not directly copying them. I would say he's developed a formula and he has perfected that to give us a smidge of the Attitude Era, a smidge of this newer era that we have going on, and just him as a wrestler and a performer. I think he has a formula and I think it's hot. Another person that comes to mind for me is Jay Lethal. Do you guys think that is more of him paying homage to Ric Flair and Macho Man, or is he just flat out copying them? Do you think that LA Knight could be paying homage, or is LA Knight just flat out copying the people? I leave it up to you guys to hit me up about that in the comment section below. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and move on into the next hot topic. Okay, you guys, segueing right along into Logan Paul and this plummet of Prime. I'm sure you all know by now that Prime is a energy drink, sports drink that has been getting all sorts of coverage through social media, mainstream TV, just all over the place. And once I saw him with this all over WWE, I was just like, he is about to make millions off of this drink, because just the market and him getting into WWE wrestling. But there are two stories that I have found going on about this Prime drink. One story is coming from Canada about the drink actually being banned because of high caffeine levels, and the other story coming here from the US with US Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer actually calling for an investigation on the drink here in the US as well. So it looks like he is yet again getting a lot of attention, a lot of publicity. I don't really know if this is all that good, but nevertheless, he is still in the news. I'm going to read to you a small article clip here from Ringside News. It says here, as previously reported, Logan Paul's sports drink called Prime Energy got a ton of attention from the FDA. The focus of the investigation revolved around the drink's high caffeine content, equivalent to that of 6 cans of Coca-Cola. Bitch! Okay. Senate Majority Leader Chuck called for a proper investigation, as the drink is being targeted at children despite its high caffeine content, which is 200 milligrams. Oh my gosh, bitch. I know them kids be bouncing off the walls. It says this is twice the amount of the rival energy drink Red Bull. Other drinks such as Rockstar have 300 milligrams, Monster with an equivalent of 160, and so on and so forth. It says each drink has a warning label notifying that anyone under 18 should not consume such drinks. Yikes. Chuck Schumer claimed that the company has been packaging and marketing the product in the near identical form of a caffeine-free drink. So, pause. So they're straight up lying about the drink and what it does and like the whole 9 yards? Yikes. It says they're marketing this to parents, and they're not stating the obvious fact that this drink has a lot of caffeine in it. So it's just like, is this up to the parents and the consumers to actually read the packaging and read the label, or just go off of the fact that, hey, this is Logan Paul and I love him and this is his drink, bitch, and him and PSI, a PSP, a PlayStation 2 said to drink it, and boom, I'm just gonna get it and bounce off the walls. All I can say is, you guys, like, just be careful of how much of this you consume, and like, watch your heart rate and watch your adrenaline levels and stuff like that, because that could get potentially dangerous, as I don't need to tell you here, the FDA is, looking into this. Okay, so boom, that's what it's given for Logan Paul. So he not only has beef with Ricochet right now, honey, he got beef with the FDA and Chuck Schumer, and apparently Canada too. Okay, boom. So yesterday we had some WWE superstars in attendance in Los Angeles, California, July 12th, 2023, for the ESPY Awards. If you do remember, our girl Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair won the last year's ESPY Awards for their match. And so this is like a sports entertainment like awards that they give for the people. And we had some WWE superstars in attendance. And from what I saw, the Bellas were there, Nikki and Brie Bella, Bianca Belair, Montez Ford, also Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and if I'm not mistaken, Pat McAfee actually hosted the actual award show. So shouts out to all of them. Everybody looked amazing. We're going to be getting into some of their looks here. You know, just how they were eating up the red carpet and taking pictures and having fun with each other. These were all the WWE superstars that I could find out that went, but if there were other WWE superstars that attended the ESPY Awards, definitely leave their names in the comment section below, and I'll go look at, you know, their swag and what they had on in attendance. But yeah, everybody looked really, really good. I'm not too sure if anybody won any awards this year, but I know like some past recipients, I think, have been John Cena, Ronda Rousey, Roman Reigns, and a few other WWE superstars as well.
We are here at the ESPYs on the red carpet, making statements.
Making statements tonight.
Everybody gotta watch out.
Alright, you guys, and lastly, I'm just posing the question, like, I'm noticing that there are some WWE superstars who don't have to go through the same avenues of developmental, I guess. And so I've noticed that there have been a few wrestlers that stick out to me, like Ronda Rousey, Logan Paul, and Dominic Mysterio, who have, I'm guessing, not been to NXT to get that core developmental, and it just makes me think about a lot of other questions that come into mind. What do their contracts look like for people who have not gone to NXT, or who I guess don't allegedly need to go to NXT and they could just go to the main roster? Because, like, I remember when Dominic Mysterio was getting beat up in the audience by Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. And it's just like, I thought then he was going to go into NXT, you know, get the developmental there and become a WWE superstar, later on being able to wrestle with his dad and then starting their storyline from wherever. But no, ma'am. He went right to the main roster, and he went right to the main ring wrestling alongside his dad. I mean, was that the reason? I don't know. I just feel like you have other superstars like the Four Horsewomen. You know, you have The Rock's daughter. You have, I mean, some really good wrestlers that are now in WWE, like Matt Riddle. You know, you got Big E. I mean, you have tons of wrestlers that have been, you know, trained through NXT. And then they make it to the main roster. And there's always been this thing of, you know, wrestlers making it really, really big in NXT. And once they get to the main roster, they become absolute garbage because, you know, WWE doesn't necessarily know how to use them. The main roster doesn't know how to use them, per se. And so you kind of see them, like, fade into obscurity. But it's just like, some wrestlers don't have to go to NXT and go to developmental. And I was just wondering why that was, or wondering if you guys knew. Also, like, what type of contracts do they have? What type of developmental training are they receiving on the low? Are they getting, like, private training? What does all of that look like on the back end? And then in two, I guess there has been some talk of Dominic Mysterio going back to NXT, and I'm guessing some wrestlers and some fans don't agree. And I'm just like, honey, if they can send Dana Brooke, and they send Mandy Rose, and they send Baron Corbin, and they send Apollo Crews, bitch, okay, Dominique can go back to NXT and get some development. Is y'all crazy? What's going on here? Oh my word! This concludes our WWE Shade and Rumor Meal. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I say, don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to be updated and notified when I upload more content. such as this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Stay safe.